Describe myself as someone who is agnostic. So for bad stuff happen as people to us as people, some being religion and just being on my own and not believing in anything has truly made me feel more in charge of my life. And hi there, my name is Monica for those who are new, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's really been heavy on my mind, and it's been definitely being brought up or brought on by just, you know, being in the Christmas spirit or the festive season, and how I'm actively making plans to partake this year. And just looking back at my life, at how in previous years I couldn't make any plans for Christmas because of I didn't celebrate it, or I wasn't allowed to celebrate it, and just how my life has completely changed. And in me thinking about all of this, I realized that, you know, losing faith has really saved my life. It has made me a better person, and it has given my life actually more meaning. So let me just expand a little bit about this. For those who don't know, I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, hence I couldn't celebrate Christmas or, you know, anything festive. Essentially, I couldn't even celebrate my birthday. So in 2017 I left the organization, and I have not joined any other religion. I am definitely okay with that, and I would definitely describe myself as someone who is agnostic. So for those who don't know, basically I don't believe there's a God, but at the same time I might believe, like, essentially I don't know if God exists or he doesn't exist. And for the Christians who want to come now in the comment section and tell me how he does exist, how I need to believe in him, firstly, please stop. I'm going to delete your comments. And this is one thing I disliked about Christianity, is that we need to, or they needed to, we always needed to convince people about our beliefs, and we never really sat there and listened to other people and their experiences. We were always just trying to push our own message upon other people and remind them constantly like how they are doing wrong, how they are not good enough, how they need to change. And this video is definitely not about that. It's also not about bashing Christianity, but I'm just going to be honest about my experience. So again, in the comment section, please keep it cute. If you're not gonna keep it cute, I'ma delete you. I'ma delete your comments. I'ma block you. So please, we can talk, of course, but let's not push our narratives, our beliefs onto other people. This video is not about that at all. So when I left in 2017, I really felt a bit lost, because all my life I believed in something, you know, and the years leading up to me leaving, I will be honest that I was definitely slowly losing my faith. And now that I'm completely out, I have definitely lost all faith in religion and in God, but I will expand more about that. So I made like 5 points that I want to talk about and just touch on, just to make this video concise, because if I just sat here and spoke, I will go on forever and not even make sense. So the first point and the first thing I realized is that in me leaving, you know, in me stopping or me not identifying as a religious person anymore, I became more accountable for my life and actions. I'm just reading my notes here because I made a few notes, but yeah, I became more accountable. And I mean in the sense that in me not believing in God anymore, I stopped blaming things on him. I stopped going through bad stuff and then saying, why is God not helping me? Has he forsaken me? Or, you know, maybe I even stopped blaming the devil, like, oh my gosh, I'm going through this because of the devil is doing these things or whatever. Like, bad stuff happen as people, to us as people. Sometimes it's within our hands, sometimes it's just not within our hands, and it's not happening to you because of your actions. I believe that. I don't believe you know, tragic things are happening to people because of they deserve it. You know, there's people who are like dealing with war. You know, people are being hurt on a daily basis. They are dealing with poverty, they're dealing with GBV. There's just so many social issues going in and around the world, and I don't believe they're happening to us because of our actions and because we are bad people, you know. Because if you really sit there and think about it, if that's the case, then wow, people of color have done a lot, because a lot has happened to us. So, you know, for me, that theory just did not make sense. So in me not believing anymore that someone is out there and basically expecting me to behave a certain way, to be rewarded a certain way, I became more accountable for my actions. You know, I've made it like a conscious decision to be a good person, not because of I'm expecting a certain reward or anything like that, but I want to be a good person because of it makes me feel good. I want to be kind, I want to be generous, I want to be caring of others. And I'm not doing it because of I'm expecting something in return, but I'm doing it because of it's who I am as a person and who I aspire to be as a person. So me leaving religion and just being on my own and not believing in anything has truly made me feel more in charge of my life, and I really appreciate it. I enjoy it. It can be isolating at times, not even isolating, I can't really think of the word, but I remember like there was a point in my life where I was just really going through a lot, and I just wished like I believed in God to the point where I could just pray and give him my problems. But like I can't even bring myself to that. I really just can't, and I'm still trying to figure things out for myself and see what it is that I believe in or not. But yeah, I'm taking my time and just, you know, slowly figuring things out, and it is quite nice. It's quite beautiful also, like allowing myself to explore life, explore things through different lenses without being forced to believe in a certain thing or not. Secondly, me leaving religion has made me so much more happier. Like I am completely happier as a person. I feel so fulfilled, I feel so content, I feel so good enough, you know, because when you are religious, you're constantly trying to aspire to be a better Christian. You know, you're always trying to do more, and you're doing all of these things because of you have an expectation that God will reward you for those actions. And for me, that was just so tiring, because when I would go through problems, it would just make me sadder and think that there's something I'm probably doing wrong in life, and that's why I'm going through all of these things. And now that I don't have to deal with that, I'm in such a happier and a better place mentally. I don't feel so emotionally exhausted all of the time because of I'm trying to be a certain person that I'm not, you know. And I feel like I've also accepted myself for who I am, and that has just made me so much happier. I like who I am completely. I don't like myself for certain aspects. The aspects that I would have deemed or I would have seen like 10 years ago as me being a sinner, I like those parts of myself, you know. Just genuinely a happier person right now, genuinely a happier person, and I really feel like I'm in a good space, and not having to constantly think, oh my gosh, what's the purpose of life? Why am I on this earth? Where am I going when I die? Like, I don't worry so much about those questions. And I feel like when you are part of a religion, that message gets just pushed towards us so often that you constantly ponder about those questions where, wow, what happens when I die? Am I going to go to heaven? Am I going to go to hell? You're so constantly obsessed with immortality that you kind of forget to enjoy life, you know. There's something about not knowing what's going to happen where it's just so beautiful that you immerse yourself into life and you're just living. You're literally just living and you're okay with it. Sometimes, and for some people, having meaning to something is not important to us, and that's okay. I've really learned that that is completely okay. thirdly, in me leaving religion, I've genuinely become a less judgmental person. When I was religious, like anyone who I would deem as a sinner, I would just judge them so much. I would judge people for not being spiritual. I would judge people for dressing a certain way. I would judge people for associating with certain people, being part of a certain religion, you know, just all of these things. And when I left, it was just like, wow. I had to firstly unlearn all of those things, like not liking people because of their sexual orientation. Like, where does that involve me? Like, where do I fit in, you know? Why am I judging someone for choosing to love a certain person? Why am I judging someone for believing in a certain thing, you know? It has really made me see that religion pushes us to be so judgmental, to the point where it makes us elitist, that we think we are better than other people. Christian people genuinely think at times, and some people, and as I'm saying all of these things, I'm honestly generalizing, but I'm also speaking from my personal experience. And a lot of Christian people really think and hold themselves as better than other people, and they have this fake modesty or humble spirit that's just so fake for me. And that's one thing I just didn't really appreciate. And when I left, it's something I really took notice of, and I was like, I really don't want to be this person. And I've made a conscious decision to move away from being such a person, and just to love people and to be a genuine person as much as possible, and not to act a certain way to be seen a certain way by certain people. So yeah, I feel like I'm less judgmental. Of course, there's like a lot of stuff that I definitely need to unlearn, and I've made a conscious decision to do that. So I'm trying to unlearn all of these things that I've learned my whole life, and I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. I remember, like, when I was part of the Jehovah's Witnesses, we would really look down on other people who are not part of the religion. Like, they literally look down to one people. They even have a term. They call them worldly people. And what do you mean people are worldly? Like, are you not part of the world? Are you not on the planet? Like, on which planet are you on, or where are you from? You know, it really divides us, religion. I'm like, I really got to see this once I've left, that it really divides people, and that most of the wars that we have or have had around the world, they are deeply rooted by religion, deeply rooted by that. So, you know, for me, it just wasn't really good. I'm seeing so much now that I've left that at times it actually was toxic. In me leaving, I also realized that, wow, I was so close-minded initially, and now I feel so much fuller as a person and more open to learning about other people and other experiences. I remember, like, I didn't listen to gospel music growing up. Do you know how awkward it is attending like funerals, especially like black funerals, and then they sing out songs, and I don't know these songs. I don't know these songs. I can't sing along because of, I was raised in a group where I wasn't allowed to sing these songs. I wasn't allowed to partake in anything other than this religion. So any other religions, I couldn't even attend another church. I couldn't even just do anything. I want to be able to experience any religion. I want to experience any spiritual event, just anything. I want to experience it, even if I don't associate with it anymore, or I don't become a member of it, but I want to experience it and not feel bad afterwards. Another thing that's popping to mind right now is just how black culture, black religions have been so demonized. Like, anything African are very rooted, like our most things that we do is very rooted in spirituality, and it hurts me so much to see how what we used to believe in like 100 years ago is so demonized. It's categorized as demonic right now. It's categorized as black magic, or just, you know, bad things. But it's so beautiful when you sit and you learn about where we come from as people of Africa, our religions, our spiritualities. And I really made a conscious effort that when someone speaks about their ancestors, believing in ancestors, or they talk about just anything spiritual, like dingaka or mipaso, manchomani, like any of those things, I don't want to judge people anymore. Like, I just sit there and I listen. I'm like, oh, okay, wow, so what happens? Like, I'm really open to learning and understanding. And I couldn't do this when I was a religious person, because automatically it's demonic. I'm inviting the devil into my life. And why is the devil associated with everything black? You know, why is he associated with things that black people do? So that again didn't sit well with me. So I'm really trying to unlearn that as well. And I could also listen to Kanye's album without judgment, because again, I wasn't allowed to listen to gospel music, so I couldn't listen to Kanye's album. If I was still part of the religion, I'd have to listen to it in secret, and I can't enjoy it. And this brings me back to the point that I wanted to make initially at the beginning of this video, that there are times where, I'm not gonna lie, where I feel just so heavy and sad, and I wish I could just pray and give God my problems. But it's something that I don't really believe in. But what I do is I'll listen to gospel music, I listen to like spiritual music, and it's just so uplifting. I enjoy it so much. I genuinely feel better after listening to it, and I'm so grateful that I have this, that I can listen to this without fear and without judgment. And lastly, I feel like not being religious anymore has made me such a kinder person. And kinder in the sense that I am more tolerant of people, I am more understanding of people. Initially, someone would do something wrong and we just say, oh my gosh, this sinner, this person is so not spiritual. And I would see myself as better because of I don't have that flaw, or I haven't done something like that. But in actual fact, we are all sinners, we are all flawed, we all hurt each other. And I know Christians do say this, but I feel like there's like a limited tolerance that they have for people that are deemed sinners. And I don't want to see anyone as a sinner, you know. I don't even see my own self as a sinner. I see myself as a human being just living life. I am learning, I am not perfect, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, what is perfection? What is the right thing? Because all of these things are subjective. A certain thing in a certain region could be deemed wrong, but a certain place it could be deemed right. So I'm learning to be kinder to myself. I'm learning to be more accepting of myself and the people around me. And I'm also just learning to deal with things even better. Like, my mental health has improved so much now that I've left religion, and I also feel like I am just, yeah, in a better mental headspace. And just being so open to new experiences has really just changed my life. And yeah, I think I want to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching it, and you know, I hope you've left a like. Please leave a like, and I want to thank you all so much. Yeah, I'm going to now check out, gonna chill. I'm so tired, and I'll definitely see you all in the next one. Thank you, and bye.